605-494-0194. That's Evermore Boutique in Pierre.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
As we welcome you back here to Hyatt Stadium as we are set for game number 2, as it will be Jack Van Camp back out of the mound to start game 2, just like he ended game number 1. As we go through the Mitchell starting order, Brock Sparks will be the leadoff man as he'll play center field. Dylan Solik, the first baseman, batting second. Jonah Schmidt is the shortstop, batting third. Joe Van Overshield will DH and bat fourth. Jake Helloy, the third baseman, batting fifth. Ryan McGinnis is the catcher, batting sixth. Jace Larson, the second baseman, batting seventh. Jacob Schumacher, the left fielder, batting eighth. And Nick Lord, the right fielder, will bat ninth, as it'll be Tim Negebauer to be the pitcher for Mitchell in game number 2, as this 9-man lineup will go against Jack Van Camp, who threw 28 pitches in game number 1. So he got 77 pitches to work with to open up here in game number 2, as it will be Brock Sparks to step to the plate. We're ready for baseball here in game 2. Post State won game number 1 4-3, as the first pitch comes to Sparks, and it's missed for ball 1. First pitch at 7:23 here for game number 2. On the schedule, had down for 7:30, so 7 minutes ahead of schedule. 1-0 pitch is outside, and it's now 2-0. I'll get to the backstop.
And again, we'll see how Van Camp deals with this layoff. It didn't look like he threw any down in the bullpen between games. He was stretching, so he may be a little stiff, not quite loose coming out of the gate here in this first inning.
As he misses on the first 3 pitches, it's 3-0 here to Brock Sparks from Van Camp upstairs, and it's a 4-pitch walk. And that'll bring up Dylan Solik, the first baseman, with the runner on and nobody away here in the top of the first inning. Van Camp picked up the win in game number 1. As Greg said, too, he didn't throw in between games, but was stretching to try and keep himself loose. There's the first pitch over for strike 1. So after the first 4 misses, he goes back and throws a strike to Solik to open up this at-bat. 0-1 the count. Runner on first with one down, or nobody out here in the top of the first inning. 0-1 pitch popped up on the infield. It will get out of play. And it's now 0-2. Boy, that felt like that wind took that one pretty far, all the way on the street. When that first one went up, I thought Gordon had at least a chance to make a spectacular play, but that one ended up outside of Hyatt Stadium. Here's the 0-2 pitch. There's a fly ball out to right field. Dean's out in right field. That one's going to land foul. So we will do it again here at 0-2.
94 degrees at first pitch here in game number 2 at 7:25 p.m. The wind has gone down a bit. Was blowing earlier out of the south-southeast at 22. It is now decreased down to 16 miles an hour.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Taken for strike 3. The throw to second. He is safe at second. Nearly a strikeout. Throw him out. But there's a runner on second base, but Solik is down on strikes. One down here in the top of the first, but a runner in scoring position for Jonah Schmidt.
Brings up shortstop, number 11, Jonah Schmidt.
Schmidt in game number 1 went 1 for 4. He singled, was also strikeout victim twice. He swings and misses at the first pitch. A changeup from Van Camp, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, the left-hander Van Camp, good velocity on the fastball, and then pairs that with a couple of good off-speed pitches. As we talked about in his earlier outing, he'll work from the very far third base side of the rubber and comes at almost not quite a sidearm, but just really kind of slings the ball, and it's the kind of pitch that really when he's going well really rides in on a right-hander.
It was the 0-2 pitch from Van Camp that Schmidt was able to golf out of play. Was able to turn on it, pulled it foul out of play. And we'll do it again here at 0-2. Long Pierre in for the sign. He'll come set. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball, third base side again. It'll be foul, as we'll have to have somebody get on that to retrieve that from fair territory. Jack Merkwan's out left, Brecken Kruger in center, Bennett Dean is in right, Andy Gordon at third, Matt Hansen at short, Isaac Polak at second, Brady Getz at first, Cade Hinkle behind the plate. As Van Camp gets the sign from it and delivers the 0-2 pitch again. Swing and a miss, a foul tip, goes to the backstop. And we'll do it again here at 0-2. There wasn't much of a sound at all that Schmidt got a piece of that, but enough to stay alive. Here down the count. 0-2 pitch again. Swing and a foul tip in the mid of Hinkle, and there's a second strikeout of the ball game for Van Camp. Back-to-back strikeouts. There's 2 away for now Joe Van Overshield, the DH, after catching game number 1. A chance with a runner in scoring position. Van Overshield that drove in 2 of the 3 runs. He drove in the 2 in the top of the third with a 2-out RBI single. Runner in scoring position here with 2 away. First pitch is over for strike 1. Van Camp led off this game with a 4-pitch walk to Brock Sparks. Been able to come back and get the next 2 retired on a called third strike and a swinging third strike. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Van Overshield well behind on the fastball, and now 0-2. Well, a little bit of maybe some stiffness that from Van Camp that seemed to go away after those first 4 pitches. Here's now the 0-2 pitch. Just a bit upstairs. That's a good take from Van Overshield, because at 0-2, that had to look real good. A fastball that was just a little bit above the zone. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing a foul tip. We'll do it again at 1-2.
And again, just if you can see Van Camp, just again, I don't think it takes much to loosen him up. Like we said, didn't throw in between games, but just probably needed about 10, 12 pitches to get loose, and that's exactly what he's doing right now. He's dealing, but like you said, John, he's only got 77 to work with, and so at best you can maybe expect him to get through. It'd be really good if he could get through 5 innings.
1-2 pitch was fouled back again, so we'll do it again here. 1-2 upstairs, and it's now 2-2. And I would say that's probably been the downfall. I wouldn't even say it's a downfall, but the only hiccup in this first inning is giving a walk and 2 strikeouts. That eats up the pitch count quite a bit, and Solik and Schmidt both have taken a lot of pitches, as well as Van Overshield. As he will check his swing, he went around, and there's a strikeout as Van Camp will strike out the side after allowing a leadoff walk. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the first inning. It is scoreless between Pierre and Mitchell. You're listening to Post-State Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Bank West Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put Bank West Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
Home Care Services is a private agency committed to providing expert advice and specialized care to those who want to remain living independently at home. Home Care Service has a team of nurses, caregivers, and administrative staff that offers a full range of in-home support services to our area. For more information about Home Care Services, call 224-2273. Expert advice, professional care. Home Care Services, 224-2273.
As we welcome you back to the bottom of the first inning, as we have no score between Pierre and Mitchell. Cade Hinkle lead things off for Post State. He'll be followed by Matt Hansen, Andy Gordon, Bennett Dean, the right fielder, Gary Nedved, the DH, Brecken Kruger, the center fielder, batting 6th. Brady Getz, the first baseman, about 7th. Isaac Polak, the second baseman, and round out the order, Jack Merkwan, the left fielder, here in this second ball game. They go against Tim Nigebauer, who, again, they only use 1 pitcher in game number 1, so they have everybody Bud Helloyd that can pitch here in game number 2 for this Mitchell Post 18 team. 18 team.
The 18s.
The 18s. Just like we had the 17s yesterday. It is Negebauer to begin the bottom of the first with the first pitch to Hinkle. And taken for strike 1. Sean Lewis behind home plate here in game of tie. Negebauer. Tim Negebauer, his dad. He probably like to be playing baseball right now, I'm sure. But it's going to be Ty Negebauer as it counts up 1-1. The 0-1 pitch is upstairs. Boy, it's impressive that I messed up his name and actually got his dad's name without knowing that it was his dad.
I'm impressed you know his dad.
Hey.
Must be a hockey family?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I could lie and say that I know him real well. He's a good, close personal friend of mine. 2-1 pitch upstairs, and it's now 3-1. But I don't know. Don't know him, but hey, hope he's doing well. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Oh, it's taken for a strike. It's now 3-2. Cade Hinkle had a great day in game 1. He went 2 for 2 with 2 singles, drove in 3 of the 4 runs, and he walked the other 2 times he came to the plate. He's been on base all 4 times so far here in the doubleheader. Here's a 3-2 pitch. That's upstairs, and it's going to be a leadoff walk for Cade Hinkle. And I'll bring up Matt Hansen, the shortstop. Hinkle does what Hinkle does, to get on base. He's been that way for the last several years. 484 on-base percentage coming into the day, which has got to be over 500 now, being on base 5 times. As it's just, I mean, that's how Cade Hinkle is. There's a awkward pickoff attempt that was back in safely, was Cade Hinkle.
I think in reading the preview story in the Mitchell newspaper, Negebauer actually goes to school in Parkston and comes up to play baseball in Mitchell, similar to how Brady Hawkins came from Ethan last year.
There's a ground ball to the third baseman. Helloyd will field a high throw up on the bag with Solik to make the play, and there's one down, but Hinkle will get to second on the ground out. And now to bring up Andy Gordon. We see a lot of guys come from the smaller schools or the Class B schools to join these South Dakota Class A Legion teams. You know, and one of the bigger names is Chase Mason coming from Viborg Hurley over to Harrisburg. And so there's already good competition in high school baseball, and then you add these good players, these great players from Class B high school baseball to now the Legion teams, and all of a sudden Legion baseball gets even better. The teams are even better than what they were, even for Post State, as it's a 2-0 count, which will draw McGinnis out to talk with his pitcher, Negebauer. Adding Cade Hinkle, adding Jack Van Camp made your team better than what it was in the spring. You know, there was no different. You know, the only thing that the spring team couldn't do is bring those guys back. It was impossible to bring them back, but the Post State team's able to add those super seniors, which makes them a better team than what they were in the spring, and they were a good team in the spring.
And that's the thing, is that when you add in a sprinkling of super seniors across those rosters, these teams that were very good in the spring tend to get a lot better in the summer.
There's a line shot, base hit for Andy Gordon. It's bobbled out in left field. Hinkle will hold up at third. Nearly got tagged out. He is safe over at third base. And Helloy put the hard tag over at third base, almost pushed Hinkle off the bag. They got back there. The tag applied as Hinkle was putting his foot on the bag. So it goes as a single for Gordon. And now there's runners on the corners with one down for now Bennett Dean. A chance to give Post State an early lead in the bottom of the first.
We'll see if Gordon goes in motion at some point in this at-bat. Would not be afraid to run him right now with just one out and runners at the corners.
First pitch is missed low for ball 1 to Dean. Looking for that first hit here of the doubleheader. 0 for 3, reaching on a fielder's choice in game number 1 for Post State. Runner in scoring position, that's at third base, is Cade Hinkle. Gordon over at first. 1-0 pitch is taken for a strike and is now even at a ball and a strike.
Yeah, and with one out, trying to move the runner might be a good opportunity, especially early in this game to, like you said, get him into scoring position. Maybe establish a lead here early.
Counts now 1-2 as that all-speed pitch clipped the outside corner. As Negebauer go for the stretch, 1-2 pitch is upstairs and is now 2-2. Gordon got a big secondary lead. But the 2-2 count with one down, runners at first and third. Here comes the pitch from Negebauer to Dean. Hard shot, base hit right side for Bennett Dean, and Post State will take a 1-0 lead. Gordon will stop at second. There's a big RBI single for Dean, and it's 1-0 here for Pierre. That's got to feel good for someone who has been frustrated at the plate as of late to get that big RBI single and to give Post State an early 1-0 lead. That's a big at bat for Dean.
Yeah, he's been scuffling a little bit at the plate over the last, especially now that things have turned over into the Legion season. Hasn't hit like he thinks he should, and so just got to take baby steps and hopefully it starts with just a hard ground ball that you pull into right field for an RBI single, and that's, big fires start with small sparks.
That
one of the greatest baseball sayings ever.
As the first pitch to Gary Nedved was fouled out of play. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Nedved will foul that one near in the same spot, and it's now 0-2.
Some energetic young person may have $2 in their pocket because the way those two balls landed in nearly the same spot.
There's part of me sometimes that I'd rather not broadcast it, just go get foul balls because make a lot of money doing it.
A couple of years ago, this was back before they started offering $1 a ball here at Hyatt Stadium. We were playing down in winter, and they were offering $1 a ball, and there was a crew of about four very energetic young people. I talked to one of them on the way out, and I said, "How much money did you make tonight?" And he said, very big grin on his face, said $9.
$9. Oh, see, and that's the problem. I wouldn't get to most of those foul balls. I get outrun by the younger kids as Nedved will take strike 3, and there's now 2 down, and that'll bring up Brecken Kruger. Yes, I'm saying I'm slow.
I'm just thinking I'd be thrilled with $9.
Are you
an extra $9 in my pocket? I'd burn a hole in it.
Here's Brecken Kruger. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Runners at first and second here with 2 away. 1-0 lead for Post State. That runner in scoring position, that is Gordon. 2 hits so far in the inning for Post State. Kruger off the end of his bat, pokes it into center field for a base hit. Gordon's going to round third. He's going to come in to score. Dean will take third base. It's first and third. A 2-0 lead now for Post State as Kruger gets an RBI single.
Just a kind of a soft line drive over the head of the second baseman into shallow right center field, and Gordon running on contact comes all the way around from second to score, and a nice job by Bennett Dean to read the ball, read the outfielder, and he didn't break stride going around second, and with that, Post State has runners on the corners with 2 outs, and Brady Getz coming to the plate, and this nice first inning. 2 runs on the board already for the Eights, and hopefully can add at least one more.
So here is Brady Getz. Pickoff attempt. Back in safely over at first base is Kruger. Getz came into the game for Nedved in the DH spot. He ended up playing first base at the end of the games, but he did not get an at-bat, so this is his first at-bat of the evening as the first pitch, they swing and a miss by Getz, and it's 0-1. When a wild pitch can make it 3-0, a base hit somewhere in the gap could possibly even make it 4-0. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Getz will swing and miss, and it's now 0-2.
Dylan Solik, the first baseman for Mitchell, wears number 2. It just seems odd to see a first baseman wear number 2. You expect him to wear like number 44 or some big number. You don't expect number 2. I mean, that's a middle infielder number.
I guess that's true. I can give you that one. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the outside edge and taken for strike 3, and that will retire the side here in the bottom of the first inning. But 2 runs come in to score. on 3 hits in the inning. No errors and 2 men left on base. Post State has a 2-0 lead over Mitchell. Back in a minute, you're listening to Post State Baseball. Today is KCCR and today is KCCR.com.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, our top priority is providing value to our members. Since 1941, we have helped our neighbors buy homes and vehicles, finance their farms and ranches, insure their assets, and retire comfortably. From Custer to Sioux Falls, we live and work in our communities, and we treat our members like family. Visit bhfcu.com to learn more about how you can join. BHFCU is member-owned, not-for-profit, and federally insured by NCUA.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
As we welcome you back here at Hyatt Stadium as the top of the second inning, Jake Hill, Lloyd, Ryan McGinnis, and Jace Larson will be the first 3 hitters. John McClure alongside Greg Dean, who knows what he's doing for retirement. That's going to be chasing foul balls.
Yeah,
making money.
When we're talking about people making double-digit dollars on a night, I mean that, I perk up when I hear that.
So as Greg goes to his twilight years, he'll be running around Hyatt Stadium and Kelly Field trying to get foul balls.
Plus you get steps in, stay active.
I guess that's true. There you go.
It's a win-win-win all the way around.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to Hill, Lloyd. That one's fouled back. That one's right off the
facing, just to the right of me. If the window to the right of me would have been open, I could have got the foul ball.
And that was that was perfectly placed where it could have came through the window over here. As it's now 2-1, and that makes me even more upset that it was just a little bit too far off the side. Get 2 thumbs down for that. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one's lined up the middle, but caught by the second baseman Pollock. And there's one down here to open up the top of the second.
Tough crowd tonight. I mean, you get reviews up here with double thumbs down on that one. You couldn't even make a play.
I was going to say, I was 10 feet away from that. There's no way I could make a play for it. Here is Ryan McGinnis. First pitch, over for strike 1. Pollock playing second here in this second game. Jaden Wiebe not available. Potentially could be available to throw a 1 pitch upstairs, and is now 1-1.
Yeah, I think that finger injury is on his right hand, if I understand it correctly. So I think that might be kind of tough for him to throw.
Okay, so it is on the right hand.
I think it is on the right,
the throwing hand.
Yep.
So it
ring finger. So
probably
depending
not
on
available.
Depending on how much pain you can deal with, I would say it's. You call him day to day, but I think that would be maybe a little bit of an overstatement.
More, I guess maybe even week to week probably sounds a little bit too much. 1-2 pitch is upstairs, and it's now 2-2. Just go with the hockey upper body injury out, and just unavailable. 2-2 is the count here to Ryan McGinnis, the catcher.
We'll keep a close track on Jack Van Camp's pitch count.
2-2 is outside, and it's now 3-2.
He just threw pitch number 30 here in game number 2 to go with the 28, so he's 58 on the day, cruising toward that 105 pitch limit.
Here's the 3-2 pitch upstairs, and a 1-out walk. Second walk issued here in the ball game from Van Camp, and that'll bring up Jace Larson, the second baseman. So he had 77 pitches to work with here in this second game. So he's 46 now away from having to come out of the ball game. So obviously you're probably not expecting him to go the distance, but you want him to try and get as many innings as possible from Van Camp, because he will then most likely, he won't be available to pitch on Saturday. So next time he could pitch would be next Tuesday. That one's popped up. There's a chance it's going to go right over the top of me. It's now 1-1. And try and reach up above the press box,
Yeah.
but
A little better effort there. That one got your thumbs up from the crowd.
I guess I just got to make some kind of an effort from it here. 1-1 pitch is over. Is now 1-2.
Yeah, if just based on available bodies, who's healthy and who's not available based on pitch count, my best guess is there's probably only 3 available arms for tonight for post 8 in game number 2, and I think that's Brecken Kruger, or actually 4. Brecken Kruger, Andy Gordon, Cade Hinkle, and then Matt Coverdale, who's a late addition to the roster up from the 15-16 team.
It was a swing and a miss by Larson. The ball was dropped, but the first base is occupied, so there's 2 down now. It'll be Jacob Schumacher to come to the plate with a runner on first base. First pitch, swing and a miss by Schumacher, and he's down on the count 0-1. Yeah, and I think Cade Hinkle probably is your third pitcher to use. I think Kruger would be the first guy to come in. Andy Gordon's available to now pitch as well. So you have those 2, and then I think Cade Hinkle will probably be that third man, and then Coverdale will probably be your the last guy that you put in before you start trying to figure out who else can go pitch. The 0-1 pitch is over for a strike and is now 0-2.
Yeah, I think Matt Coverdale is good, certainly a very good athlete, good baseball player, but making the jump up 2 levels tonight.
Swing and a miss by Schumacher. He'll go down on strike, so that's the 5th strikeout of the ball game already for Van Camp. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. Greg will continue that conversation in the bottom of the second. 2-0 lead for Post 8. Listen to Post 8 Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre knows what that sound is. It's baseball season. They also know that means it's grilling season. Sioux Nation has the Green Mountain Grill choices that you need for those hot dogs and burgers for tailgating. And let's be honest, you know there will be a steak in there too. Visit Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre and see their selection of grills. While you're there, also pick up some seasonings for your grilling needs. Visit Sioux Nation at 504 Deadwood Street, Fort Pierre. Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
As we welcome you back here, bottom of the second inning, 2-0 lead for Post States over Mitchell. Joe Mickler alongside Greg Dean, as it will be 8-9-1. Isaac Pollock, Jack Merkwan, and Cade Hinkle to lead things off here in the bottom of the second with a 2-0 advantage, trying to add to it. It was an RBI from Bennett Dean, RBI single for Bennett Dean, RBI single from Brecken Kruger. For those first 2 runs, 3 hits in that first inning for Post State. Jack Van Camp has looked good through 2 innings. He's got 5 of the 6 outs have been recorded by a strikeout, as he's faced just 8 hitters through the first 2 innings. But the only problem is that you don't have the normal 105 pitches to go to in this second game. So those strikeouts, while they are good and good to see from Van Camp, in a game where you want to have him try and go as long as he can, he's used up his pitches early on in this game.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like we said, really would like to see him get through 5 innings if possible.
That one, first pitch is popped up. Second baseman Larson will make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here at the bottom of the second inning.
We started the conversation back in the last half inning that there's probably 4 available arms for Post State. Brecken Kruger would be our guess is to probably be in the first one up in the bullpen. Andy Gordon would probably be number 2, and then Cade Hinkle would be number 3. Matt Coverdale up from the 15-16 team. The making 2 jumps, may have jumped up 2 levels, kind of the in case of emergency player tonight, because right now with 10 in the lineup for Post State, right now Coverdale the only one that's not dealing with some kind of injury who is suited up right now.
As the 0-1 pitch to Merkwan That one will miss low, and it's now 1-1. And that's the good thing about what the post-8 system has is being able to bring up some of these guys, and of course, again, it's kind of an if necessary and not I wouldn't say a last resort, but he will be the last guy to come in and pitch. But it's good to have those guys that you feel comfortable to be able to call up. He's the guy that you want to call up, and even just being around these guys, this post-8 team, Senior Legion team, without even stepping on the field to play, I think that's going to help out a lot for Matt Coverdale. As the 2-2 pitch, a swing and a miss. It was in the mid of catcher, or the foul tip in the mid of McGinnis, and there's now 2 down as they'll go back to the top of the order for Cade Hinkle.
Negebauer, a little bit of a changeup, just took something off of that pitch, and Merkwan out in front for the strikeout.
Here is now Cade Hinkle. First pitch to him is outside for ball 1.
Got a score update from Harrisburg as we're following that game. Harrisburg and Post 22 tied up at 4 in the bottom of the 5th. As we had said earlier, if you weren't with us, there are a number of Major League scouts in attendance at that game, taking a look at a couple of players. Chase Mason, who plays for Harrisburg, he's draft eligible. Branson Keel from Post 22, he's draft eligible. And then Will Simmons, who's verbally committed to pitch at North Carolina next year, but he is likely on the radar of a lot of Major League teams right now.
The 2-1 pitch is upstairs. It is now 3-1 here to Cade Hinkle. Harrisburg won the first game 6-0 over Post 22. So as the Hard Hats are playing their 11th game against South Dakota teams, as there's a ground ball to the right side, fielded by the second baseman Larson. The throw to first is in time for a 1-2-3 inning. But Post 22, if they lose this ball game, they will be under 500 in South Dakota games, 11 games into the season, which is hard to believe for a Post 22 team of any kind. It's a 2-0 lead for Post 8 after 2 innings. We step aside for a minute, come back with the top of the third. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
This is the life. Sitting here, sipping lemonade, basking in the warm sun, and admiring the beauty and the solitude of my very own landscape backyard. I wasn't sure, but I was so glad when I made the call to Andy at Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping to finally have the work done. Calling Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping was probably one of the best and the easiest decisions I've ever made.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440. That's 280-4440.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
As we welcome you back here, top of the third inning, it's going to be 9-1-2. Nick Lord, Brock Sparks, and then Dylan Solik, the first 3 hitters here for Mitchell in the top of the third inning. Down 2-0. Jack Van Camp has got 5 strikeouts out of the 6 guys he's retired. 2 walks so far, 1 in each of the first 2 innings. John Wicker alongside Greg Dean here on this, turning into a beautiful Thursday evening. Still warm, but turned into a beautiful Thursday evening.
Yeah, what do we say, 97 degrees at first pitch and was 88 at second pitch, I think, today, or 94, I can't remember. 94.
Yeah.
94.
We take 88 right now. First pitch is over for strike 1 to Nick Lord. We'll be back here on Saturday here at Hyatt Stadium. Renner 2 will be in town for a doubleheader that will start at 5 and 7:30. 0-1 pitches at the knees and in the inside corner is now 0-2. To Nick Lord. His first at-bats of this doubleheader. Did not play in game number 1. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Van Camp to Lord. Outside 1-2.
Still 94 degrees in the capital city. Quick check of the radar. Nothing developing yet in South Dakota, although there is some activity starting to build out west of Rapid City in northeastern Wyoming. We'll keep an eye on how things transpire the rest of the evening.
Here's a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout. 6 strikeout now in the ball game for Jack Van Camp. Struck out 6 of the 9 guys that came up in that first time through, as it'll be Brock Sparks now to come to the plate. Helloy was the only man to put the ball in play through the first time through the order. So here's Brock Sparks, first pitch. He'll put that one in play to center field. Hangs up for Kruger to make the catch. And there's two quickly down here in the top of the third inning. And that'll now bring up Dylan Solik, who struck out looking in his first at-bat.
One pitch for out number 2. Those are the best kind that Jack Van Camp likes right now. To go with those 6 strikeouts matches his uniform number, and right now he's cruising right now, and like I said, unfortunately, just going to be limited by that pitch count, and is not going to be able to probably finish this game unless he gets into a couple of really quick innings.
First pitch is over for strike 1 to Solik. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swings and misses on the off-speed. He was well out in front of it. Is now 0-2. Boy, that off-speed pitch, that changeup from Van Camp, although he flexes his leg after he throws that 0-1 pitch. Hopefully he didn't tweak anything in the lower body, but that off-speed pitch has looked real good here in the first couple innings. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Well upstairs, is now 1-2.
Yeah, anytime any post-8 player makes any kind of odd movement right now, everybody's red flags go up.
Here comes now the 1-2 pitch. Misses low, and is now 2-2 here to Solik. And he was a strikeout victim. And really, out of the 9 batters, who wasn't in the first time through the order. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Just a bit upstairs, so from 0-2 is now 3-2. Van Camp was close to having a quick 1-2-3 inning. He can still get that 1-2-3 inning, but counts now full here to Solik. Here's a 3-2 pitch. And Solik will sky it out to center field. Brecken Kruger takes a couple steps back. He is right there. 1-2-3 inning for Jack Van Camp here in the top of the third. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Still 2-0 lead for Post 8 over Mitchell. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
ATVs provide wonderful outdoor recreation, but they can also rapidly spread noxious weeds. An ATV can pick up noxious weeds in one area and spread them to the next area in which it is used. When you finish your ride, make sure your ATV is free of weeds and weed seeds. Cleaning your machine is important in stopping the spread of noxious weeds like leafy spurge. To find out how you can help prevent the spread of noxious weeds, call the South Dakota Department of Agriculture or your local county weed and pest supervisor.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
As we welcome you back here in the bottom of the third inning, Matt Hansen, Andy Gordon, Bennett Dean, 2, 3, and 4. As the 8s have a 2-0 lead over Mitchell. John Wickler alongside Greg Dean. As Post 8 now at 4-5 on the South Dakota season, and overall as well, looking to get back to 500. As they have a 2-0 lead on Mitchell in game number 2 after winning the first game 4-3. Behind Cade Hinkle's 3 RBIs. For Post State, they don't play their first non-South Dakota team until next Friday when they will be at the Dakota Classic. And 3 of the 4 games that they are guaranteed to play are against non-South Dakota teams, a couple Minnesota and a Nebraska team, along with playing Sioux Falls West. As the first pitch to Matt Hansen. That one's into left field. Coming in on it. Can't make the catch. The left fielder Schumacher gets past him. Hansen will make his way to second, and he'll be on to lead off the bottom of the third. As Post State is right back in business, trying to add to their 2-0 lead.
Let's go over the upcoming schedule for the 8s in the next week or so. Like we said, 5 o'clock doubleheader here on Tuesday against Renner, Post 307, number 2. Then on next Tuesday, the 15th, triangular with Aberdeen and Sturgis. The Eights play Aberdeen in the first game at noon, and at 5 o'clock that day they will play Sturgis. Then they travel to Rapid City to play Post 22 on Wednesday night, then have a day off on Thursday. Friday, 7:30 in the Dakota Classic, they play Wayzata, Minnesota. Saturday at 5 o'clock, Norfolk, Nebraska. Followed that game with Sioux Falls West at 7:30. And then Sunday morning against Jackson, Minnesota.
As Gordon will foul the first pitch away, it's 0-1. I think Coach Brianna Kusler missed the catch in the second row bleachers. Then we had a spill for a couple of kids. As the 0-1 pitch. This is low and it's not 1-1. Did not get on camera, so will not make its way to the not top 10 play list.
To the blooper reel?
Yeah. Well, the count is 1-1 with Hanson on at second base. 1-1 pitch is over for a strike, and it's now 1-2.
Nagelbauer's got a nice off-speed pitch that he's able to drop in. Has pretty good control of it, able to get it across for a strike. And that last pitch to Gordon was an example of that. Just kind of a nice slow curveball that comes in over the inside corner and breaks over the plate to the right-handed hitter.
Here's now the 1-2 pitch from Nagelbauer to Gordon. On its way, and Gordon will reach for it, ground it up the middle. It's going to be a tough play. The shortstop got to it, but the throw is going to be not in time. It's going to be an infield single for Gordon. Schmidt came across the bag to make the play, but the throw was nowhere close to being in time as Gordon got down the line. It's now first and third with nobody out here for the Eights. To bring up Bennett Dean, who had this similar situation, first and third, and had an RBI single in his first at-bat.
Yeah, a ball that went over the top of the pitcher, and actually I thought the second baseman, Jace Larson, was going to get to, and he kind of broke late on the play, and that forced Schmidt to come all the way onto the right field side of second base to field the ball. He actually ended up, after he threw the ball, almost standing where the second baseman would be.
As Dean will ground it to the right side, fielded by the second baseman, throw to second for one, back to first is not in time. It'll be an RBI fielder's choice for Dean, his second RBI of the ball game. And there's runner on first now with one down here at the bottom of the third. But Post 8 has now a 3-run lead, 3-0.
Yeah, just kind of a routine ground ball hit right at Larson at second base. Had the throw to second to Schmidt for one. Retired Gordon, but not able to complete the double play. And with that, Hanson trots in from third, and the Eights have extended the lead out to 3-0 now here in the bottom of the third.
Here's Gary Nedved. First pitch to him. He'll ground it up the middle. Dean's got to avoid the second baseman. The flip to second to get one. And Nedved is on at first, so another fielder's choice for another 4-6 put out. And there's two away with Nedved now at first base for Brecken Kruger. So you got two really good plays by Larson, because those are both plays that you're probably not going to turn a double play as soon as that ball is hit on both sides, but to get the lead runner. Otherwise, it'd be Nedved might even beat it out at first base. It would have been a tough play. As Kruger will pop the first pitch up, is foul coming over the first baseman, able to make the catch is Solik, and that will retire the side. A good play there by the first baseman. So it will end the bottom of the third inning with 1 run scores on 2 hits in the inning. One man left on base with no errors charged to Mitchell. It's a 3-0 lead for Post 8 after 3 innings. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Service Master of Pierre. It's no secret we clean carpets professionally, but not many people know we clean furniture, kitchens, bathrooms, walls, floors, and windows. We also do fire and water restoration, plus construction cleanups. There's nothing we can't clean. Give Service Master a call at 224-9919. Service Master. The clean you expect, the service you deserve. Service Master, 224-9919.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Top of the fourth, it is a 3-0 lead for Post State. Jack Van Camp rolling into his last around 25 pitches. Excuse me, 25 pitches. Trying to get my math straight. It's hard to do mental math sometimes.
48 and 28, 76 on the day, so 29, I think, correct?
Yep, so near 25. That was close.
On pace to, again, if he can stay around that 15 pitch count per inning, I mean, that would put him right through 5. I mean, I think that's all you can ask out of him right now.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one is taken for a strike, and it's now 1-1. As for Mitchell, it is 3, 4, and 5. Jonah Schmidt, Joe Van Overshield, and Jake Helloy. Here's the 1-1 from Van Camp. There's a fly ball to right field. Dean going over on the line into foul territory. He's going to run out of room, and it's now 1-2. Now, if we're out in Oakland, that's an easy catch for Dean on that foul territory. But here at Hyde Stadium, not as much. There's some good foul territory up until you get close to where the bullpens start. Here's a 1-2 pitch. There's a chopper foul on the left side.
What do they call Oakland? Is it still O.Co Stadium or something like that? I mean, they changed the name of them. It used to be Oakland Alameda. I mean, that's how I remember it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it's called anymore. But they're one of just a few that have a bullpen out in playing field. As there's a line shot right to Andy Gordon at third, and the leadoff man retired here in the top of the fourth inning. That'll bring up Joe Van Overshield. I think it's just Oakland and San Francisco that have the. Or no, San Francisco moved their bullpens out, I believe.
Did they?
I think so. I think it's just Oakland now that has a bullpen in the playing field. Here's the first pitch to Joe Van Overshield. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Cubs moved theirs underneath the bleachers, so you can't even see them when they're warming up. Which, I could go on about that. Dirk's listening, so I could definitely go on about it. 0-1 pitches upstairs. It's now 1-1. He did tell me that the Cubs won today. He should celebrate it because they're going to lose the next 3 starting tomorrow to the Cardinals. 1-1 pitch is over. It's now 1-2. I probably shouldn't say that because the Cardinals are struggling hardcore. So, of course, they'll struggle with the Cubs and probably get swept by them.
Yeah, it's just like how the Twins struggle with the Yankees. I mean, the Yankees were scuffling coming into this series, and they look like a collection of all-stars, which basically they are. But they Twins have made them look like world beaters over the last 2 nights.
2-2 pitch, just a bit outside, and it's now 3-2 to Joe Van Overshield. Struck out swinging in his first at bat. Dirk said to be nice. I appreciate you, Dirk. I appreciate that you're being very respectful to me. 3-2 pitches upstairs, and it's a 1-out walk. And you didn't say anything about the Cardinals at all.
You just opened the door.
Well, no, I definitely did not see a text from Dirk that said anything bad about the Cardinals.
You've just thrown the bait out in front of him. He's not going to be able to pass that up.
Because I know that Dirk would never, ever text that. First pitch is over for strike 1 to Jake Helloyd. Always fun to talk with Dirk. 0-1 pitch. That is over, and it's now 0-2. Of course, part of the high school baseball coaching staff was Steve Gray and Ryan Kruger, who had their second most successful season in terms of wins. As that one's fouled out of play, and remains at 0-2.
Yep, just the second time in the history of the program, going back to 2013, where they won 20 games as a team. Only I think it was 2015 they were 23-6.
Runner takes off for a second. The throw just a bit high. Hansen couldn't put the tag down in time. At second base is Joe Van Overshield with the steal, and the count's now 1-2, as the pitch was also high to the batter in Jake Helloyd.
I think it was. I take that back. I think it was 2015. They were 23-4. Were the Governors that year.
There's a foul ball that Helloyd was well behind off of. He got a piece of it, and it remains a 1-2 count.
I believe they ended up third in the state tournament that year.
Runner on second here with one down, the top of the fourth inning. 1-2 pitch again fouled back, and we'll do it again here at 1-2. Credit to the Mitchell hitters who have been able to work the count quite frequently against Jack Van Camp, who only had 77 pitches to throw coming into this game because he threw in the first game. That one is taken for strike 3 on the right at the letters, and there's now 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning, and that'll bring up Ryan McGinnis.
Yeah, and Van Camp is now pushed over the 90 pitch mark, so his day is coming close to an end as that foul ball on a line, but just over the top of the press box. And again, the crowd looks back, looking to see what kind of effort you made on that one.
I started to stand up a little bit. I didn't get a bigger response like I did the first time that I had no chance at. I had no chance at that one either. I've had no chance at any of them. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss in the dirt. A good block by Hinkle, and the count's now quickly 0-2 with 2 away here in the top of the 4th inning.
So this will present, if Van Camp gets out of this inning with pitches to spare, presents Coach Nathan Nas with an interesting decision. Do you send him out and let him go work through his 105 pitch count for the day, or do you turn it over to a reliever with the bases clean? I mean, that's kind of an interesting strategy decision that you have to work through.
Yeah, and then that's your last statement there as that pitch is upstairs and it's now 1-2 with the bases clean. That fragment of that sentence, that's the big key, because if you just say Van Camp's been throwing well enough, you might as well let him go all 105. But if that one guy gets on base, do you want a reliever coming in with the bases empty or not? As the 1-2 pitch is looked at for strike 3, and Jack Van Camp will send another one down. 8 strikeouts in the ball game for Van Camp through 4 innings. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a 1-man left on base. We have played 4 innings. Mitchell and Pierre, 3-0 lead for Pierre. You're listening to Post-State Baseball. Today is KCCR, and today is KCCR.com.
Comtech in Pierre invites you to come out and check out their expansive showroom. It's filled with everything you need to thrive in today's technology-dependent world and a knowledgeable staff to guide you through. Comtech has TVs, computers, personal electronics to commercial electronics, anything to fit your technology needs. The experienced professionals at Comtech can guide you through any questions you may have. Whether you struggle with technology or live for it, Comtech can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Comtech will even install and service what they sell, so you don't have to worry once you get your products home. Comtech, located at 1601 North Lowell Avenue behind Walmart. Check them out online at ComtechPlus.com.
South Dakota didn't always have a capital, or even a permanent settlement for that matter. There wasn't always a river city on the Missouri River. And before First Dakota filed the first charter in 1872, there wasn't always a bank in South Dakota. Every timeless institution, tradition, and thriving business was started somewhere by someone who had a dream and the passion to make it happen first. What will be your South Dakota first? Visit firstdakota.com/first. Member FDIC.
As we welcome you back to the bottom of the 4th inning, Post State has a 3-0 lead over Mitchell. John Wickler alongside Greg Dean, as it will be 7, 8, 9. Brady Getz, Isaac Pollock, and Jack Merkwan to be the first 3 hitters for Post State. Just 6 pitches left for Jack Van Camp, so it'll be interesting as we have some action in the bullpen. Looks like Brecken Kruger is the one warming up out in the right field bullpen. We assume that he will come in, and that doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to come in to start the inning because he's the center fielder. So he getting those warm-up tosses in now before he has to go back out in the field in the bottom of the 4th, or in the top of the 5th, if that's the case, how Nathan Nas wants to roll it out.
And again, you've got a situation where, depending upon, you got to look at your available arms for Saturday as well. I mean, and so like we talked, you've probably got Brecken Kruger, you probably got Andy Gordon, probably got Cade Hinkle. If you're gonna pitch on Saturday and yet pitch today, you got to stay under that 45 pitch count if you're going to be available on Saturday. So it's going to be an interesting set of strategy that Nathan Nas is going to have to deal with here throughout the rest of the 5th, 6th, and 7th innings today.
Here's the 1-1 pitch to Brady Getz. He'll line that one into right center field for a base hit to lead off the bottom of the 4th. Getz has got his first hit. He's 1 for 2. And he'll bring up Isaac Pollock with a runner on and nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. You get Matt Hansen and you get Bennett Dean back for Saturday's games. And that's about all the pitchers that you get back from last weekend into this weekend. Andy Gordon, who threw last weekend, but he is available already here today as the first pitch to Isaac Pollock is upstairs for ball one.
Yeah, you get Dean, you get Hansen. Gordon would be available if Kruger stays under 45, based on the fact that he's warming up right now. You figure he's coming out of the pen right now. And again, then you're really struggling for arms after that. Then you're probably looking at Cade Hinkle again.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting how things are rolled out, because you got another 2 games on that following Tuesday, and then you go to 22 on Wednesday of next week. 2-0 pitches at the knees, and it's now 2-1. So you get those 2 games Saturday, but then you think about those 4 games. You're kind of almost going at every 4 days. You're kind of looking at how things are progressing pitch count wise and how many pitchers you have available. 2-1 pitches in the dirt, a good block and a throw back to first, and gets us back in safely. The tag was missed by Solik, but it was a close play over at first base.
You have to look at Gary Nedved's pitch count from last night. I mean, he might be available depending upon the number of pitches that he threw last night against Watertown.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. That one is taken for a strike, so Pollock will have to dig back in. He's starting to make his way over to first base. With 3-2, nobody out. Gets over at first. Think about the 3-2 pitch. Pollock will chop it foul. Hangs in there at 3-2. Runner 2 on Saturday. Aberdeen Sturgis in a triangular Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday evening. And then Wednesday night, it'll be a late night because we'll be out west for a Mountain Time start at the new Fitz. 3-2 pitch. That one's fouled back off of home plate umpire Sean Lewis. And it remains at 3-2.
Yeah, just checked Gary Nedved with 58 pitches last night, so he stayed under that 60-pitch limit, so he would be available tomorrow out of the bullpen if needed.
So we remain at 3-2 as McGinnis went back to talk to his pitcher and Negebauer to give Sean Lewis a little bit extra time behind home plate. Gets to not take off on that 3-2 pitch with nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here comes now the 3-0 from Negebauer to Pollock. It's taken at the letters and taken for strike 3, and there's one down as Pollock is now 0 for 2. And that'll bring up Jack Merquant, who is 0 for 1. Went 1 for 3 in the ball game. See Jack, but I had to look at Jack Van Camp and then go back up to Jack Merquine. Went 1 for 3 as the first pitch is floated into right field for a base hit. Did a good job of keeping himself close to the bag at first because a chance for Larson to make a leaping grab and then took off as soon as it went over the top of the glove of Larson and got in safely at second. So a base hit for Merquan, and there's now a first and second here with one down.
Yeah, nice inside-out swing from Jack Merquan, just able to float that one out over the head of Jace Larson at second base, the Mitchell second baseman, and a nice job of base running by Brady Getz. Again, kind of caught in no man's land. Got to make sure that the ball lands in the outfield, and when he saw it was down, hustled down to second base right ahead of the throw from the right fielder, Nick Lord.
First pitch to Cade Hinkle is taken for strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Negebauer to Hinkle. He'll sky that one out of play. And it's now 0-2. Hinkle is 0 for 1. Grounded out in his only official at-bat. Walked the first time. Came around to score on the RBI single from Dean. Dean's got 2 of the 3 RBIs so far. A 3-0 lead for Post State. 0-2 pitch outside, and it's now 1-2.
I think we need to talk about just the fact that this Post State squad, with all the injuries and adversity that they've been dealing with, I mean, this team has battled. They've never given up.
As Hinkle will sky this out towards right center field. Sparks is over to make the catch. Not tagging is Getz. And it's now still first and second here with 2 away. And a good decision by Getz not to tag, and it'll be up to Matt Hansen to try and drive in. Gets with a base hit.
Baseball's a tough game. I mean, it's a game of failure, and when things are going good, it's a fun game to play. It's a fun game to play just about any day. But when you're going through a stretch like Post 8 is, where
as that one comes in and hits Hansen, as we're trying to talk about working through an injury, Hansen will make his way over to first base, and the bases are now loaded here with 2 outs, but I think we're going to have a discussion between the umpires if it went off the bat at all.
Yeah, if indeed that they say it hit Hansen, I mean, and the way he reacted, I think the question is, did it hit him in the hand? And the umpires do agree, it did hit him in the upper arm or in the forearm, and so bases are now loaded. But third time Matt Hansen's been hit today, and so again, the bumps and bruises that continue to accumulate, you just really hate to see that happen right now.
But it will bring Andy Gordon to the plate with the bases loaded here and 2 away. First pitch from Negebauer to Gordon. It's taken for strike 1. Hey, a team that, the roster is a little bit smaller, especially with some of the injuries that are going to be a little bit more long-term. And you just show up at the ballpark and battle, as there's a pickoff attempt to second base. Trying to pick off Merquan over at second. Boy, that's a dangerous throw because that goes in the outfield at all. Guess is going to walk in and score.
Yeah, and it's you try to maybe catch the runner at second sleeping, but second time they've used that play today, has Mitchell.
There's a ground ball by Gordon to the left side. It'll be fielded by the third baseman Helloy. The throw to first, a stretch. Doing the splits is Solik at first base to make the catch and retire the side here in the bottom of the 4th inning. What a stretch over there at first base by the first baseman. That retires the side here in the bottom of the 4th. No run score on 2 hits in the inning, no errors, and 3 men left on base. We head to the top of the 5th. It is a 3-0 lead for Post 8 over Mitchell. You listen to Post 8 Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Do you need the Pierre Governor apparel for the big game? Or how about Stanley County apparel or Post 8 apparel? All Around Graphics in Pierre is your place to go. Not only can you get your apparel, but they also do screen printing, jerseys, awards, and trophies. And did you know they can print and customize your signs? All Around Graphics can do it all. Located at 819 North Euclid Avenue or call 224-4677. All Around Graphics in Pierre, your one-stop shop.
Agtegra in Highmore. We pride ourselves on providing our customers with reliable markets, superior services, and quality products. From corn and soybeans to spring and winter wheat, you can trust Agtegra in Highmore with all your grain handling needs. It's all about helping you achieve the best harvest possible. Call Agtegra of Highmore today at 605-846-1379. That's 605-846-1379.
Top of the 5th inning, and it will be Jack Van Camp to be on the mound. He's got 6 pitches to work with, so he will try and make quick work of this order with 7, 8, and 9. Jace Larson, Jacob Shoemaker, and Nick Lord to come to the plate. 6 pitches to work with. So if you get the first 2 guys out in 5 pitches, then you can get, you'd have to have 1, 2, 3 inning, but you can get through this 5th inning with under that 6 pitch count. First pitch is outside for ball 1. But you got to get those guys to swing at quite a bit here early in counts. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one is over, and it's now 1-1. So he's down to 4 pitches left to go in this contest. And then he will not be available till next Tuesday against Aberdeen and Sturgis. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That one will miss low, and it's now 2-1.
And you'd like to see him retire Larson on 5 pitches or less just so he can get into another batter.
2-1 pitch. That one's outside, and it's now 3-1. So this will be pitch number 5. This is where you want to retire Larson, so you can at least get another opportunity to retire one more guy. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Fouled back. And it's now 3-2, and this will be Van Camp's last batter of the ball game. And whether Larson gets on base or not, heck of a performance from Van Camp to finish an inning of 3rd in game 1 and to come out and at least get 4 shutout innings, if not 4 in a third. 3-2 pitch. That one's popped foul. We got to play. So again, he can finish this batter, but it will be his last of the day, and it'll be the last until next Tuesday when he's eligible to throw again. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Fouled off to the side, left side, and we'll do it another time. See, now here's you can get the 30 pitch at bat, and it doesn't really matter anymore. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat, 8th pitch of the at-bat. 3-2 pitch. And it will be a battle won by Larson as he'll walk to open up the top of the 5th. And Coach Nathan Nas will make his way out and will replace Jack Van Camp. We will tell you the changes here after this minute break. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heat-A-Later fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heat-A-Later fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-A-Later Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Ferding Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Ferding Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Ferding Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Ferding Electric, 224-8684.
So here's Brecken Kruger now on the mound as Van Camp will make his way out to center field and will be now part of the batting order for Post State the rest of the way as Kruger will make his first appearance of the season on the mound for the Eights as he had limited, Greg, you might have the high school season stats on his pitching performance.
I do. I think this is his second appearance of the year. Threw 2 innings earlier in the Legion season. I can't remember who he threw against.
He did. Did he? I guess he did. You're exactly right.
Yeah, I've got him down for
wow.
2 innings.
Where was I when that happened?
Probably right in the same spot you are right now.
Here's the first pitch as that's fouled away by the first interchange.
At least physically.
You're right. I mean, I had to be right here because we haven't had a road game in the Legion season. For some reason, I don't remember Kruger throwing 2 innings. I mean, he gave up 3 hits and had a strikeout. Got 2 zeros in those 2 innings. I don't know how I don't remember that, but here's the 0-1 pitch. Trying to bunt, miss the bunt. The throw back to first, and they can't get Larson too far off the bag, but the count is now 0-2. I believe it is going to be 0-2. Schumacher didn't offer at the pitch.
Yeah, Hinkle just double clutched a little bit. If he snap throws that ball down to gets, I think they have a chance to potentially get Larson.
There's a ground ball the right side that'll be foul. It'll remain at 0-2.
And again, just part of the strategy, and we talked about it a little bit before, that Kruger, in order to pitch on Saturday, and you certainly, I think, would like to have him available on Saturday, you need to keep him under 45 pitches. But right now, he's going to have to go through 3 complete innings.
That one's flied out towards center field. Going back is Van Camp. He'll make the catch. And there's a first out here in the top of the 5th inning. So Van Camp goes to center field. He's been pretty busy out there in the outfield. And I don't think I'm sure he probably, again, in the back of his mind was thinking, well, maybe I'll get a chance to play the field a little bit, get in the batting order. But I don't think he thought maybe this early in the season that he'd be in the batting order or in the field. But he's done pretty good. He got a triple in game number 1. We'll see him bat second in the bottom of the 5th inning as the first pitch to Nick Lord is taken for strike 1.
Jack Van Camp also doing double duty as one of the coaches for the 14-year-old team for the in the post-8 system this year. So coaching and pitching, I mean, and that's the nice thing about being a pitcher is you can kind of schedule your appearances, especially as a starter. And so that allows him to play a dual role for the post-8 system this year.
1-1 pitch. That one's at the knees, and it's taken for a strike. It is now 1-2. Here to Nick Lord, who struck out swinging in his first at bat. 8 strikeouts in the ball game for Jack Van Camp. He left with a 3-0 lead. 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Runner takes off for second. The throw to second. Hansen scoops it up, but can't put the tag down. And it's now a 2-2 count with a runner on second base. That one was, if that one goes online, that's an easy tag for Hansen to retire Larson. It's one that took a short hop on him. He's still able to make the play, but just couldn't quite get the glove on it and then down for the tag.
Nice slide by Larson. Slid on the outfield side of second base, and I don't know if he did that on purpose or not, but just the way that he slid kind of took him away from the tag that Matt Hansen attempted to apply.
So the count is 2-2. Here to Nick Lord, 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. The pitch in the dirt and a good tag by Hinkle. And there's a strikeout for Kruger, his first strikeout of the evening. And there's now 2 away to bring up the top of the order in Brock Sparks, who is 0 for 1. He walked and then flew out to center field. 3-7-0 for Post 8 right now here at the top of the 5th inning. 0-0-0 for Mitchell as the first pitch is upstairs for ball 1.
And as a coach, you always like to see the top of the opposing order come up in the 5th and 6th inning. You never like to see the top of the order come up in the bottom of the 7th inning when you're playing a tight ball game.
There's a base hit into left field to get the first run to score. Jace Larson will come in to score, and that is the first hit of the ball game for Brock Sparks. Boy, I even tried to subtly not even mention really that there was a no-hitter going on for Post 8, but as soon as I said 0-0-0 for Mitchell, there's a base hit. And that's the first hit of the ball game for Mitchell. Didn't even mention there's a no-hitter, but I still put the jinx on it anyway. Here's the first pitch to the number 2 hitter, Solik, taken for strike 1.
We got sirens going on in the distance, couple of Pierre Fire Department vehicles headed east on Sioux Avenue. So hopefully it turns out to be either minor or a false alarm, but you never like to see fire call, especially on a night when the wind's blowing like this and as dry as it's been.
The 0-1 pitch misses low and is now 1-1 here to Solik. Pickoff attempt, and that one will get away from Getz. So to second base will be going to Sparks. He's going to round second. He's going to head for third. The throw coming towards third base and sliding in safely is going to be Sparks. So it'll be a 2-base error. Be charged to the pitcher, Kruger. And the count remains at 1-1. But all of a sudden, in a 3-1 game, what was a 2 outs with a runner on second and a 3-0 ball game turns into the potential of a base hit to make it 3-2. Swing and a miss by Solik, who chased that one up above the zone, and the count's 1-2. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout.
And Brecken Kruger just needs to shake off that error and just go right after and be aggressive and go challenge this hitter right here.
1-2 pitch, line shot. That's over past Gordon for a base hit into left field. It's a 3-2 ball game. Rounding first, hard going to second base. The throw cut off by Hansen. No throw to second. And it's a 2-out double. And it's now a 3-2 ball game.
Yeah, just a line drive from Solik, just barely out of the reach of a leaping Andy Gordon at third base, right down the left field line. And Solik never broke stride out of the box and went into second with a double and a couple of 2-out hits. And all of a sudden, this game has tightened up very quickly.
So now a base hit could tie the ball game up here for Mitchell with the number 3 hitter Jonas Schmidt, who is 0 for 2 so far. Here's the first pitch. That was at the letters, taken for strike 1. Schmidt in game number 1 for Mitchell went 1 for 4. Also reached on an error. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fouled back to the netting, and it's now 0-2. And Kruger a strike away from getting out of this inning.
A little bit of an adjustment that the Mitchell hitters have to make. I mean, not only do you switch from seeing the left-handed Van Camp who comes at you with more of a sling approach, the way that he delivers the ball to the right-hander Kruger, change in velocity. You know, the off-speed pitches are coming at you at a different angle. So best thing right now is for Brecken Kruger to just go out and keep these Mitchell hitters off balance through the rest of this game.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch again. And Schmidt will reach at it, fly it out to left field. Merkwan slips, and he'll still make the catch to retire the side. As he caught a piece of grass out there that made things a little bit interesting, but he makes the grab, and that retires here in the top of the fifth. 2 runs, no score on 2 hits in the inning. No errors and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the fifth. It is a 3-2 lead here for Post State over Mitchell. You're listening to Post State Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Are you driving a 2014 or newer vehicle? Are there less than 100,000 miles on it? Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is prepared to give you top dollar. Again, if your ride is 2014 or newer with less than 100,000 miles, Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you top dollar for it right now. Trade it in or sell it to us. Doesn't matter. Your vehicle has never been worth more than it is right now. Stop in at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit gatewayflt.com.
Overhead Door Company of Pierre is a locally owned business specializing in the sale, service, and installation of residential and commercial garage doors. They provide quality, dependable products with constant service and the peace of mind you need. Overhead Door is one of the most recognized and most respected brand in the garage door industry. For installation and repairs, call Overhead Door Company today at 224-6200. That's 224-6200.
As we welcome you back here at the Heights Stadium, it is the bottom of the fifth inning and a 3-2 lead for Post State over Mitchell. Drummond alongside Greg Dean will be 3-4-5. Bennett Dean, now Jack Van Camp, has been inserted in the lineup after pitching and then going into center field. And Brecken Kruger, the new pitcher for Post State, will be the first 3 hitters for the Eights, looking to extend this now 3-2 lead against Ty Negebauer. After his dad, Tim Negebauer, threw the first couple pitches in the game. Dean is 1 for 2 so far. Base hit and a fielder's choice. He's been on base both times, both with an RBI. But he'll bat here to lead off the bottom of the fifth. The first pitch is over for strike 1.
Negebauer, 62 pitches through 4 complete to come into the bottom of the fifth inning right here.
0-1 pitch is upstairs, and it's now 1-1.
62 pitches through 4 innings, been pretty efficient, staying right at that 15 pitch per inning count.
Here's a 1-1 to Dean. He'll chop that one foul, and it's now 1-2. Dean looking for a second hit of the doubleheader, second hit here in the ball game. 1-2 pitch. That one is taken high and outside. The count's now 2-2 as Negebauer really slowed that one down on that 1-2 pitch, trying to get Dean to chase. Here's the 2-2. And Dean will sky it out towards center field, making his way over as Sparks. He'll make the catch. And the first man retired here in the fifth inning to bring up Jack Van Camp, who is 1 for 1 so far on the season. He tripled in his lone at bat. Here's the first pitch. Van Camp swings and misses. It's 0-1. I think he was trying to make it 4-2. I think if you're Van Camp too, you're also probably just thinking, hey, you know, I don't get a chance to hit too many times. Why not try and swing for the fence? At least early on in the count. 0-1 pitch. He'll float that one over the shortstop. Takes one hop for Schmidt. The throw to first is in time. And there's now 2 down. So the 1,000 batting average will fall to 500 for Van Camp. We'll now bring up Brecken Kruger. We saw Van Camp take a couple of balls deep last year.
Yeah, we did. He certainly has home run potential. And again, I think the biggest challenge when you're not playing almost every day like most of the rest of these these guys are. Just getting your timing at the plate. I mean, just seeing live pitching can be a little bit of a challenge.
1-0 pitch to Kruger's outside, and it's now 2-0. Well, everybody makes it, I mean, all up and down from, Little League to the professionals, make it look so easy. But if you take an extended period of time off and then try and go back and hit live pitching, yeah, good luck. It's already hard as it is, and you're going to try and not see it for a long time. Not really going to work out for you. It counts 3-0 here to Kruger. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Kruger taking it all the way, and it's upstairs for a 2-out walk to keep the inning alive, as it will be Brady Getz to come to plate.
It's often said that hitting a baseball is one of the toughest things to do in sports. Round ball, round bat, hit it square.
That's right. The geometry, the math lessons, and you're a little kid and trying to put the shapes in the right spot, that doesn't add up.
Nope.
But somehow in baseball you got to make it work. As the first pitch is taken for a strike to Brady Getz.
And if you're successful more than 3 times out of 10, you're really good at your craft.
There's a swing and a foul tip at the plate, and it's now 0-2. Here to Brady Getz, who is 1 for 2 so far on the evening. A single bag in the bottom of the 4th inning that got things started, although Post State unable to score in that 4th inning. Strand the bases loaded. So now here's the 0-2 pitch from Negebauer to Getz. Comes inside. Throw back to first. Missing the tag was Solik. And it's 1-2. Isaac Pollock is on deck. Here from the stretch. 1-2 pitch again. That one's fouled back. So we'll do it another time.
Yeah, you'd really like to see the Eights try to piece together a couple of good at-bats here, try to bring Kruger around and give him a little bit of insurance.
The 1-2 pitch, a swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch from Negebauer, and it gets us down on strikes for the second time. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the 6th inning. 3-2 lead for Pierre over Mitchell. And listen to Post State Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Wondering what to do with the pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
As we welcome you back here, the top of the 6th inning, as it is going to be a 3-2 lead for Post State. 4, 5, and 6, Joe Van Overshield, Jake Helloyd, and Ryan McGinnis, the catcher, to be leading things off in the top of the 6th inning. Brecken Kruger will look to try and continue here on the mound as a 1-run lead for Post State. They are 6 outs away from a potential sweep. Would be their first one of 2021. But they have at least earned a split. Although at this point here in the ball game, you're up 3-2. You like to finish this one out and get that split. You've already built the lead you have, and you don't want to give that up.
Yeah, Eights came from behind to win game number 1, and you'd like to see them protect this lead. Although Mitchell has whittled it down from 3-0 to 3-2 now as we go to the top of the 6th.
First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Joe Van Overshield 0 for 1. Struck out swinging in the first, drew a walk in the top of the 4th. Here's the 1-0 pitch. He'll foul that one back to the netting, and it's 1-1.
Van Overshield's a strong young man. I mean, he doesn't get cheated when he goes up and takes a hack. Starting linebacker for the Mitchell Colonel football team.
1-1 pitch is popped up on the right side. Long run for Getz and Dean, and they will run out of room as it gets out of play. And the count's now 1-2.
I believe he's a rising junior, if I remember correctly. I think he was only a sophomore during last football season.
I believe you're right. He's still at least be back next year for the Mitchell team.
Yeah, he likely is going to be wreaking havoc on opposing quarterbacks for the next couple of years up and down the ESD.
Here's the 1-2 pitch from Kruger to Van Overshield. That's upstairs, and it's now 2-2. Jake Helloyd and Ryan McGinnis will be the next two hitters. Here's a 2-2. There's a chopper back to the mound. Kruger will step and throw, and the leadoff man retired here in the top of the sixth inning. It's a big first out for Brecken Kruger. Kelly Lloyd's 0 for 2. Popped out to Pollock at second. Also struck out looking. Be followed by Ryan McGinnis. One down here in the top of the sixth inning. Here's the first pitch to Hella Lloyd. Pops that one foul and out of play. In for Post State, the early look in the standings, and there's not a whole lot of teams. Watertown, they've played 23 games, so they've played quite a bit. Not a whole lot of teams have played their even 10 games yet, as that one's popped up in the shallow left field. Merquan, a long run, still coming in, dives but can't make the catch. It'll be a single for Jake Helloyd. Good effort there from Merquan, just couldn't quite get to it. And I'll bring up Ryan McGinnis with one on and one out. I think for both Andy Gordon and Matt Hansen, and probably Merquan too, they probably thought that ball was going to go a lot farther out in left field. But the wind that is still not blowing as strong, but still blowing in, probably brought that ball a lot farther into the infield, closer to the infield than what those three guys thought it would.
Yeah, when it first went up, I thought it was going to be kind of a routine fly ball for Jack Merquan out in left field.
And a swing and a miss, and it's now 1-1 here to Ryan McGinnis.
Going back to Joe Van Overshield and his play on the football field, gets to spend a lot of time with his dad, Kent, who's the assistant coach for this Mitchell Post-18 team.
That one will bounce in, and it's now 2-1. Yeah, he's the head coach for the football team. And
the assistant coach for both the Mitchell High School baseball team and the Mitchell Post-18 Legion team.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. Check swing, that's foul. As at first to hit the lip, thought maybe he was going to roll fair. Van Overshield was off to second base. He'd have been there easily, but it would have been an easy step for Getz to field and step on the bag. The count's now 2-2. They'll still get a chance for another ground ball somewhere up the middle to turn a double play to end the inning. 2-2 pitch. Outside, and it's now 3-2. On deck is Jace Larson, who has walked and scored one of the 2 runs for Mitchell in game number 2. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Runner takes off. Taken for strike 3. The throw to second. The tag is got him. And there's a double play. Strike him out, throw him out to end the inning. McGinnis goes down looking. And then a strong throw from Hinkle and a good tag from Hansen. Retires aside here in the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, no one left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th. And Pierre looking to increase their 3-2 lead over Mitchell. You're listening to Post State Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Your home and business are important to you, and you need quality furnace and air conditioning products and service. With a combined 50-plus years of experience, AirTech Heating and Cooling provides you with just that service. Call 945-0160 for sales, service, and installation of furnaces, air conditioning, and heat pumps. AirTech Heating and Cooling features the American Standard products. Sales, installation, and service. You want the best, and that's what you'll find at AirTech Heating and Cooling in Pierre.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
As we welcome you back, bottom of the 6th inning, as Post State, they lead at 3-2, looking to score one more insurance run, or more, Isaac Pollock, Jack Merquan, and Cade Hinkle 8-9-1 to lead things off here in this bottom of the 6th inning. And Post State, they're 3 outs away right now from getting a doubleheader sweep of Mitchell, but boy, insurance runs would sound pretty doggone good right now, Greg.
Absolutely, and just give you a little breathing room. And we were talking up here in the break that Brecken Kruger with 32 pitches through an inning and 2/3 right now for Post State. Probably want to keep him under. Want to keep him under that 45 pitch limit so he'd be available to throw on Saturday. And so that, depending upon how quick that 7th inning goes, you might see somebody like an Andy Gordon or a Cade Hinkle come out of the bullpen to potentially, if Post State stays in control, get that save.
As the first pitch to Pollock was a swing and a miss. Here's the 0-1 from Negebauer. That's taken for a strike by Pollock and is quickly 0-2 here on Isaac Pollock, who is 0 for 2 so far. He popped out to the second baseman and also struck out looking. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Comes inside and it's now 1-2.
And for Mitchell Post 18, they've got an upcoming schedule. This is the first of 3 consecutive doubleheaders, Thursday, Friday, Saturday for them. So they've got to manage their pitching a little bit, but so far have gotten a complete game from Jake Helloy. Ooh.
A line shot that, again, would be close to me if it goes over just a little bit farther. I can make the catch, but it always goes one way or the other, and it never comes to me. I didn't even move for that one. I knew as soon as it was hit, there was not coming this way. Although that was hit really hard by Pollock to come back here, as it's now a 2-2 count as that one missed outside. I mean, do we need to take out both windows or something? That way I have a bigger target for it to come through. Because this is getting ridiculous how many times it goes somewhere else other than to me. Here's a 2-2 pitch. And it's now a 3-2. You know that ball's going to come to me. It's going to hit me in the hands, and I'm going to drop it. And it's going to be the most devastating. It's going to be even more devastating when I just missed that foul ball earlier.
I just hope it only hits you in the hands. I don't want it to hit you in the head because
it will hurt the ball more than it'll hurt. The 3-2 pitch will miss, and it's a leadoff walk. Good battle there for Pollock to come back from down 0-2 in the count to get a leadoff walk, as they'll bring up Jack Merquan. That ball will have a huge dent in it. Hits me in the head.
I just, with all the injuries and bumps and bruises we've had seen on the Post 8 roster, we don't need the play-by-play man to go down. So,
don't worry. If my dad's listening, he would definitely agree that there would be no damage to my head if that ball hits it. It would only damage the ball. Merquan's 2 for 3. A line drive right back up the middle. First and second here with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th as we go back to the top of the order for Cade Hinkle, who had 3 RBIs in the win in game number 1. A 3-2 lead right now can extend that with a base hit.
Runners on first and second, nobody out. You got to wonder if you won't see a bunt coming from Hinkle right here.
Not bunting, takes it for strike 1. Hinkle is 0 for 2. Ground out and a fly out. He also walked. He did come around and score. That was back in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the 0-1. That one's outside, and it's now 1-1. 3-2 is our score here in the bottom of the 6th. Runners at first and second, nobody out. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors from Mitchell. 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error from Post 8. 1-1 pitch. Line shot. That one's through for a base hit into right center field. Rounding third is Pollock. He will come in to score. Merquan will take third base. An RBI single for Cade Hinkle is 4th of the day, and that's a 4-2 lead for Post 8.
And that's why Nathan Nas gets the big bucks. Didn't take the bat out of his hand, and success was the result. Just a hard hit ground ball right back up the middle, just to the right of second base, and Isaac Pollock quickly read the ball, knew he was going to be able to score easily, and Jack Merquan with good speed ends up over at third, and the Eights have runners on the corners with nobody out.
So now here is Matt Hansen. First pitch comes in and almost hits him again. He's been hit 3 times so far in this doubleheader. I don't think he really wants to get hit a 4th time.
You got to figure that he's going to probably have an ice pack on some part of his body tonight.
There's a ball that gets away from the first baseman to throw the plate. Merquan will come in to score, and the ball will actually get back to the backstop. and it'll be a runner on second with nobody out. Merkwan read that perfectly. The throw got in the dirt to the first baseman Solik, and it bounced away from him. Merkwan never hesitated. Came sprinting home and slid in safely to steal another run from Mitchell, and it's a 5-2 lead now with a runner on second base.
That's a huge run for the Eights right there. And again, like you said, just a play that Merkwan read perfectly. The ball skipped away probably about 3 or 4 steps away from Solik at first base, and Merkwan knew just immediately that by the time Solik reacted and got the throw home that he would have a good chance at scoring, and Solik's throw goes offline, and that allows Hinkle to advance from first to second.
So it'll be an air charge to the first baseman, at least the throw home to the plate. Be the first error from Mitchell, their second error in total of the two games so far. Here's a 1-1 pitch. There's a ground ball left side. It'll be fielded up by Helloy. The throw to first is in time. There's one down. They throw it back to second, and Hinkle will dive back in safely. So Hinkle's not able to take third on the ground ball. But there is one down, and it'll bring up Andy Gordon. And the Govs, or excuse me, Post State, not the Govs, Post State has a 5-2 lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
A couple of big insurance rounds for the Eights here in the bottom of the 6th. Have pushed the lead up to 5-2 now.
First pitch comes upstairs to Andy Gordon. It's taken high for ball 1. Gordon is 2 for 3, 2 singles. He also grounded out his 3 trips to the plate here in game number 2. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That was popped up on the infield, going over into foul territory as the first baseman Solik. He will make the catch, and there's now 2 away. And it's up to Bennett Dean to try and force in the run to make it a 4-run lead for Post State. Well, he did get those 2 runs back that Mitchell scored in the top of the 5th inning. That cut it to a 3-2 lead. Now it's a 5-2 lead for Post State, back up by 3. But one more insurance run, I think, could be a backbreaker in this ball game. Here's the first pitch to Dean, taken for strike 1. Dean is 1 for 3. RBI single, RBI fielder's choice, and a fly out to the center fielder. That was in the 1st, 3rd, and 5th inning. Here's the 0-1. That's high and outside, and it's now 1-1 to Dean.
Yeah, what you're looking for here, again, just good solid base hit. Hinkle will be off on contact and has good speed, so any kind of a base hit likely scores him from second.
1-1 pitch is fouled back, and it's now 1-2 here to Dean. Looking for his 3rd RBI of the ball game. Had the first and third RBI of this game, which right now that 3rd RBI is the difference maker in the ball game. These 2 runs, though, insurance is always good. As Negebauer will come set. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Dean, ground ball to the right side. He fielded by the second baseman Larson, who was on the outfield grass to begin the throw, or begin the pitch, and he will throw out Dean at first base to retire the 6th inning. But 2 runs score in the inning on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Post State has a 5-2 lead, 3 outs away from a doubleheader sweep. You're listening to Post State Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
When something just isn't right, it's natural to talk about it. If you had a toothache, you'd tell someone. If you found out you had diabetes, you'd learn to take care of it. But when you're feeling stressed, sad, or worried, you're less likely to tell someone. Why do we treat physical and mental health so differently? There is no difference. We all need someone to talk to, and there's nothing shameful about wanting to be healthy for you. When you just need someone to talk to, contact Rising Hope Counseling at 494-1500 or risinghope605.com. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change. Rising Hope Counseling, because if you have hope, you have everything.
As we welcome you back here to Hyatt Stadium, top of the 7th inning, Post State has a 5-2 lead Joe McClure alongside Greg Dean. You're listening to KCCR Peoria Riverfront Broadcasting Station just past 9 o'clock. And Brecken Kruger trying to finish this one out. It'd be a save situation for Kruger. Came in with a 3-0 lead, ended up being 3-2 after the fifth inning. But the odd rules or the odd scoring technique, it would be a save opportunity for Kruger. Up 5-2 here in the top of the 7th. And it'll be 7, 8, 9. Jace Larson, Jacob Schumacher, and Nick Lord. Larson reached base in his last plate appearance with a walk. Here's the first pitch. Comes well upstairs for ball 1.
I don't think we officially gave you Jack Van Camp's pitching line for the night. 4 innings pitched, no hits, 1 run. It was earned, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts. 79 pitches in game number 2 for the super senior.
That was popped up behind home plate. Cade Hinkle will make the play. And the first out here in the top of the 7th is recorded by the catcher. That'll bring up Jacob Schumacher, who is 0 for 2.
Van Camp 79 pitches to go with the 20-80 through in game number 1. 51 strikes here in game number 2 to the 16 batters that he faced.
Yeah, pinch hitter is coming to the plate. And Greg, I'll have to ask you to help me out, number 1 on Mitchell. First pitch is popped foul and get out of play, and will just miss the press box.
Muth.
Ryan Muth is he was a game 1 starter.
Seth Muth.
Yeah, Seth Muth. Boy, I'm butchering everybody's name.
Yeah, Tim Negebauer doesn't like you.
No, he likes me because he was playing in the game. Mr. Negebauer is probably happy to hear that he was playing in the game. Here's the 0-2 pitch. There's a hard line drive. Pollock, 1 hop. Nice scoop from Pollock. The throw to first is in time. And there's 2 away, and Post State now an out away from a doubleheader sweep of Mitchell. What a play.
Just a nice play, and just, again, that's what you expect out of a senior. I mean, just playing a position that he really hasn't played very much throughout his career, and goes far to his left and is able to pick that ball up on 1 hop and turn and make a nice throw to get it first to get the out.
First pitch is popped up. Coming in is Jack Van Camp. He will make the catch, and Post State will get a doubleheader sweep here against Mitchell. They win the first game 4-3 and the second game 5-2, as they will take both of them here against Mitchell and even their record back to 500. We step aside for 2 minutes, come back and wrap up the full day of the doubleheader sweep for Post State. Listen to Post State Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Hey, it's Julia from Milwaukee Federal Credit Union, letting you know that our recreational special is back again, with terms up to 10 years, no payments for 90 days, and rates as low as 2.4% APR. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let Jameson or I get you started.
People helping people. Hawaii Federal Credit Union.
Pierre Sports Center is your local Ranger Boat and Mercury Outboard dealer. They're a must-see for your Ranger boat needs. See their selection of Mercury Outboard motors for more power. Pierre Sports Center can help you with financing and other boating needs. Need service for your boat or trailer to keep you going? Pierre Sports Center is your one-stop shop. Pierre Sports Center, Ranger Boats, and Mercury Outboard. A combination that can't be beat. Pierre Sports Center, 1440 North Garfield Avenue in Pierre. Or give them a call, 224-5546. When you want the best prices and best selection, go to Wagner Auto in Pierre. The certified sales staff at Wagner Auto will provide you service after the sale and how to get easy financing. Check out their website, WagnerAuto.com, or stop in. They have the best prices and won't be undersold. Wagner Auto has the region's largest selection with over 280 new and quality pre-owned vehicles. GM certified pre-owned vehicles give you peace of mind with their 12-month or 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty and 5-year or 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Log on to WagnerAuto.com or stop by Wagner Auto in Pierre, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer since 1907.
Evermore Boutique, where fashion doesn't have to break the bank. See them for men's, women's, and children's clothing, shoes, accessories, and so much more. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from noon to 7, Saturdays from 11 to 6, and Sundays from noon to 5. Visit Evermore Boutique, located at 104 South Pierre Street in Pierre, or give them a call today, 605-494-0194. That's Evermore Boutique in Pierre.
As we welcome you back here to Heinz Stadium, it is a final in game number 2, a 5-2 win for Post States as they get a doubleheader sweep of Mitchell, win 4-3 in first game and 5-2 in the second game. Behind Jack Van Camp picking up a win in both of those two games. Brecken Kruger gets a save in game number 2. John Wickler alongside Greg Dean. Greg, the outstanding pitching performance up and down the roster here today. But we got to talk about Jack Van Camp getting a win in game number 1, and then also getting that win in game number 2.
Yeah, and I tell you what, this is a gutty performance for a team that is just battling with injuries up and down this lineup. Like we talked, really only had. For this second game, really only had the 10 players available on the field. I mean, they had Matt Coverdale as a call-up available in the dugout as the, as you call him, the in case of emergency player. But just a gutty performance. And if you look at this lineup, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Six of those 10 in the starting lineup in game number 2 weren't even on the Legion roster last year. I mean, and so I, hats off to this crew. I mean, they just battled and they battled all day long and were able to come from behind in game number 1 and then got out to a 3-0 lead. Mitchell crawled back, made it 3-2 in the top of the 5th, and then the Eights responded with a couple of big insurance runs in the bottom of the 6th and come out of here with that doubleheader sweep.
And Cade Hinkle ended with 3 RBIs in game 1. He had another RBI in game number 2, 4 RBIs in total of the day. Bennett Dean had 2 big RBIs in his first 2 at-bats to give Post State that 3-0 lead, which turned out to be that one run he scored in the bottom of the 3rd turns out to be the difference maker in the ball game. And you don't got to win games. You don't got to score a whole lot of runs to win games, especially when you get pitching performances like you had here in this doubleheader. But seeing those scores on the board, 4-3 and 5-2, that's got to give Post State a lot of confidence going into this weekend against Renner 2 on Saturday.
And again, I mean, the things that were the secret to success in the spring season is what's played out here tonight. Good pitching, good defense, and the bats will wake up. I mean, the bats have gone kind of mysteriously silent. I mean, the batting averages have been okay, and if you look at that team batting average, I think it's probably still it's over 300 coming into today, and probably still going to be right around 300 coming out of this doubleheader. But the power just isn't there, which is kind of odd considering you make that switch from wood bats to metal bats. But you know that offense is going to come. But if you can pitch and play defense every day, those are things that are going to be there for you, and that's what's going to keep you in just about every ball game.
It is a 5-2 win here in game number 2 for Post State as they are now back to 500 at 5-5 on the season. A 4-3 win in game number 1. They scored. They were down 3-0 after the 3rd inning, scored 3 in the 4th, and then got that game-winning run to score in the bottom of the 6th. Thanks to the RBI single from Cade Hinkle, who drove in 3 runs in that first game. And then in game 2, they jumped out to a 2-0 lead thanks to an RBI single from Dean, as well as an RBI single from Brecken Kruger. Dean got the other RBI in the bottom of the 3rd to make it 3-0, and then 2 insurance runs, an RBI single from Hinkle, and then an error that got Jack Merquan in to score to make it a 5-2 game. Brecken Kruger will get the save. Licky Keenels threw well in game number 1. Jack Van Camp ended up with the win, and he ends up with the win in game number 2, and also as Brecken Kruger picks up the save. The Brecken Kruger has got to be a guy that it makes you smile right now, because he was one that started. He was going to be a dual roster of Junior Legion and Senior Legion, and probably still be a dual roster. But to come in here and throw 3 shutout innings. I guess he gave up one run in those 3 innings, but to throw those 3 innings and pick up a save against a good Mitchell team, against any Senior Legion team, that's a big step here for the sophomore to soon to be junior.
Yeah, and he's a high quality athlete and somebody that you're going to see good things out of on the football field, the basketball court, and the baseball field in the coming years in this capital city. And so tip of the hat to him. We didn't talk about Lincoln Keenholz battling through a shoulder issue, goes out and throws 107 pitches through 5+ innings in game number 1. Really set really gave Post State an opportunity and set them in a position to try to win game one, which they did in come from behind fashion. And so the pitching, which had kind of struggled coming into today, really took a step up. I think if you're Coach Brian White, and we know that he's listening tonight. We know Coach Nathan Nas have to be very, very happy with how the pitching really played out today.
And yeah, Post State, and you get Kruger that can throw again on Saturday if needed. He just has to take one day off, and he'll be back for Saturday's game if they are wanting to use him. And you have a couple more arms back for that doubleheader on Saturday against Renner 2. Final scores, again, it was a 4-3 win for Post State in game number 1, a 5-2 win in game number 2. We'll go ahead and talk to Coach Nathan Nas here. We didn't get that interview. Now, Coach, I will say this too. If you're going to start doing this and we start winning some baseball games, you're going to have to come up here after game 2 and not game 1 anymore.
If it's only weird if it doesn't work, right?
That's
we said
right.
last year.
That's right. So we might have to start something new here. But let's talk about the pitching staff here, because the pitching staff, Lincoln Keenels in game 1, Jack Van Camp in game 1 and in game 2, along with Brecken Kruger in game 2, were outstanding tonight. Let's maybe talk about Jack Van Camp first, because he picked up a win in game 1 and game 2.
Yeah, it was a gutsy effort by Jack. I kind of talked to him before the night got going, and I said Link's going to go game 1, and if he can get us through at least 5, we're going to go right to Jack, and he knew we were going right to him after that. If it was a close game or we were winning, and then I asked him, I'm like, how's your arm feeling? He said, really good. And so I said, all right, if you can go less than 2 innings efficiently, then you'll be back on the bump to start game 2.
And he did exactly that. Got the win for you guys in that first game. Let's talk about Brecken Kruger, because he's a guy that starts as a dual roster player, and he has to come in and pick up a save, a 3-inning save against this Mitchell team, who, yeah, they might be 4-6 in South Dakota games, but they're still a good team, and that's a gutsy performance by him.
Yeah, he's a gamer. He's one of the hardest working kids you'll see, whether it's at our summer workouts, at practice, in the game. He's a kid that's always locked in for us no matter where he's at. And so it has been a good surprise, but at the same time, the success he's been having isn't totally a surprise to us.
We were talking just before you came up to the press box about the fact that kind of what turned for you tonight was the fact that your pitching kind of turned around for you, and your defense is pretty good tonight. And those were probably more so on the pitching side, kind of something that had kind of been a little bit of a lull for you this year, especially limiting the walks. And I think that was the biggest thing. You were the pitching staff coming into this game averaging right at about a walk an inning, and only gave up 5 walks in game number 1, 4 walks in game number 2.
Yeah, that was big. Those guys, and we expected it out of Lincoln and Jack, but it's good that we know that it doesn't always go as we expect it. So those guys stepping in, throwing a lot of strikes, really doing a good job. And defensively, yeah, like you said, our defense played pretty well for the most part tonight. There's a few of those balls I got up in the air that, just with how hard the wind was blowing in, any other day would carry and be a routine fly ball, and that wind kind of played with. But other than that, yeah, pitching staff did well. We hit the ball well, fielded well, so all around good performance.
Yeah, and to go on that, Cade Hinkle had 4 RBIs in total, 3 in that first game to got the game-winning RBI in the bottom of the 6th inning. He's a guy that you're looking for. You've been looking for the last couple of years to be a leader, and he has been. But he's showing it on the score sheet here in the box score in these 2 games.
Yeah, the leadership he's providing right now is really an invaluable asset to the team. Guys are really feeding off of it. Other guys in the dugout tonight, we had a lot of guys on the bench, but not a lot of guys able to go due to bumps and bruises and some injuries that are going on. But yeah, top to bottom, guys were locked in, and I think it really starts with Hinkle. He does a good job of showing up every day, even keel, and gets the job done.
3 wins in a row now, 500 back to even. How does that feel? How'd that feel in that huddle that you guys are back to even right now?
It was big. I talked to the guys. I had to call them in. We were up 3. It was there right after the end of that 4th inning, and just kind of talking about, hey, we gotta refocus. We gotta relock in. we're only up 3. We've given up way more than 3 runs in a single inning this year numerous times. So we got a little loose, but guys did a really good job of regrouping and coming back together and refocusing and finishing out the game.
So now you look forward to Renner number 2 on Saturday. You get a couple of your starters back coming off of their rest days with pitch count, and you're able to hold Kruger down under 45, so he's available for you on Saturday. What are you looking for? What are you looking for from that second Renner team?
We were talking with the Aberdeen coach yesterday. Coach White and I were, and because we really don't know a lot about him, just because this is the first year that Renner's ever had 2 teams. Aberdeen coach said they won their games kind of big, but he said it was deceiving. They had a couple big. They had one game, it was a big 5th inning where they put up 7 to kind of space things out. The other game, it was a big 6th inning to space things out. So they're gonna come in and be competitive. They probably won't be quite the caliber of the first Renner team we saw, but we for sure can't take any games off. They're not going to be any slouches. Renner produces good baseball players, and these guys aren't. They're going to be right there, right along with that first Renner team, probably by the end of the year.
So as you get a day off now and get to come back here, I mean, you've played now 10 games all at home. That's also going to be helpful down the stretch, that you've been able to sleep in your own bed as quick as possible. I mean, as quick as you want to, because here 5 minutes. Get back home, much different than the bus rides that will take a long time. So being at home for these first 10 games, and even for the first 14, 16 games before we actually go on the road, it's probably going to be big in terms of fatigue down the stretch.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked to the kids about try to sleep on the bus ride home. That way you can somewhat get up and have a normal day the next day, but. They're high school kids on a bus ride together. They're having fun, and it's tough to sleep on those buses. So it has been big for us. We got 2 more Saturday, then we got 2 more here next Tuesday, and we don't go on the road till next Wednesday. We go out to 22, so it has been big. Our kids love playing here. We got good fans. They always show up and support us well. So it's huge getting to play here at Hyde as much as we can.
And you could really tell that. Especially in the bottom of that 6th inning, when you played at those 2 insurance runs, I mean, the crowd really got into it, and you could just kind of feel the emotion and the momentum, generated by the crowd, and you could see the kids fed off of that.
Yeah, I was nervous going into the top of 6, and when we put up the 0, and then we get those 2, I don't want to say you can kind of have a sigh of relief, but you can take a breath and calm down a little bit. Not quite as nerve-wracking, going into that last inning with a 3-run lead, especially against a team like Mitchell. They're always scrappy. The second you think you got it in the bag, they're going to score a couple runs, and they're going to continue to play hard all the way through the end.
As Coach, appreciate the time. I think Lincoln Keenel's trying to talk to me right now. I'm still on the air, so I can't answer him. But I appreciate the time. Congratulations on the 2 wins. We'll see you on Saturday here at Hyde Stadium for another doubleheader against Renner 2. As John Winkler alongside Greg Dean, as that'll wrap things up for us here this evening. 2 big wins for Post State here tonight. It was a 4-3 win in Game 1, a 5-2 win in Game number 2. As that'll wrap it up from Hyde Stadium. Back on the air around 4:40 again on Saturday to take on Renner 2. As for Ray Lewis back at the station, our technical producer, Greg Dean to my right, I'm John Winkler. Final scores once again, 4-3 win in Game 1 and a 5-2 win in Game 2 as Post State sweeps Mitchell, as we say so long from Hyde Stadium.
You've been listening to Post 8 Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com. Post 8 Baseball is brought to you by Evermore Boutique, Wagner Auto, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Service Master, Rising Hope Counseling, Todd's Electric, Pierre Sports Center, AirTech, Gales Gas, Avera, Bank West, B&B Equipment, Overhead Door Company, Gateway Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Farting Electric, Olson Plumbing, Agtegra, All Around Graphics, First Dakota National Bank, Comtech, Shane's Pharmacy, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Midwest Cooperative, South Dakota Weed and Pest, Nystrom Electric, Dakota Sprinkler, Lamb Motor, Kathy Sunshine Properties, Sioux Nation, Kruger Contracting, Home Care Services, and Fisher Rounds. Join us all season long for post-8 baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota's sports leader.